In today's lesson, what we are going to see is verb. What are the different categories are there in verb and how do we make questions using auxiliary verb? That's what we are going to see in today's class. And making questions with auxiliary verb is very easy. Beginners, most of the people, they do mistake and they do not know how to make questions. And one important thing lies here. This auxiliary pattern questions are the main reason how people are managing English with only yes or no. Because all the auxiliary type questions are seeking the main answer only yes or no. With that itself, we can get the answer and we are not saying the remaining answer. Okay, let us see one by one. Okay, first of all, we categorize the verb into two categories. One is a main verb and another one is auxiliary verb. Okay, in main verb we have two different categories, that is regular and irregular. We know clearly what is a regular verb, that whenever we add ed for the past and past participle, that is called regular verb. For an example, cook, cooked, cooked, looked, 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 walked, walked, walked. All these are called regular verbs. And irregular verbs like go, went, gone, come, came, come. All these are called irregular verbs because all three patterns like a present, past and past participle, all three patterns are different. Those kind of verbs are called irregular verbs and this is very easy, we all know that. And what I am going to say is how to make questions using auxiliaries, okay, which is very simple. Okay, I will give you only one simple tips. Just to bring your auxiliary verb in front of the subject, that is your question. You take any sentence, I dance well. I dance well. Okay. I have completed my dinner. I have completed my job. Okay, I have completed my job. Okay, and I am walking. Okay, she is walking. She is walking. She is walking. So these are all the sentences I have taken actually, and what I said before is just to bring your auxiliary in front of the subject and that is your question, I said. So what is the auxiliary over here? It means actually the do hidden there. If you say I do dance well, that is also correct sentence, but most probably we don't use that. But if we use also, it is not a wrong sentence, it is a correct sentence. Okay, I do dance well, I do cook well. Okay, so what is the auxiliary here? This do is the auxiliary here. If I bring in front of the subject, do you, I will change into you will change into I when it is a question or answering. Okay, when we are making question from the answer and when we are giving answer for the question. Okay, do you dance well? Now it is a question. Okay, and what is the sentence here? I have completed my job. What is the auxiliary verb here? Have. Have is the auxiliary verb. I need to bring that auxiliary in front of the subject. Okay, have you completed your job? Have you completed your job? Have you completed your job? That is your question. Now it is a question. She is walking. What is the auxiliary here? Is. Bring in front of the subject. Is she walking? Is she walking? That's all. So this is the question. Whatever the question you want to make using auxiliary, whatever the auxiliary may do, does, did, have, has, had, are, is, or, was, were. Okay, whatever the auxiliary it may be, or else even modal auxiliaries, just to bring your auxiliary word in front of the subject. That is the simple tips you can make the questions using auxiliary verb. Very simple. And how do you answer for it? How do you answer for it? Okay, just with the auxiliary verb itself. Short answers. Okay, very simple. Do you dance well? Yes, I do dance well. Of course, it is the correct answer. And how do you answer it in a short manner? Is it yes or no? Don't do that. Is it yes or no? No. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay, what is your question word? Do. So you answer with do. Yes, I do dance well, or yes, I do. No, I don't dance well, otherwise, no, I don't. So that is your perfect answer in a short manner. Not only, it should not be just yes or no. Okay, kindly do remember it. And the next one, see here. Have you completed your dinner? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, I have. No, I haven't. That would be the perfect short answer when somebody questions you like yes or no type question. Okay. Even if you're saying yes, I have completed my dinner, that's good. That's a fine answer. But still, if you want to answer it in a short manner, go ahead with yes, I have, no, haven't. Okay. That would be the perfect answer when it comes to yes or no type questions. Okay. Is it clear? So this is what I just want to make it clear in this video. And see, you know very well, do form means do, does, did. And we use do and does for the present form. Have and has for the present form. Am, is, or for the present form. All these are for present. And this is for past. 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 Understand? Is it clear? This is present, past. Present, past. This is present and past. Okay? Is it clear? Is it clear? If you want to make a question with past, see here, I danced well. Okay, let me write here. I danced well. I danced well. The same sentence, I made it in a past form. Okay, I'll give you one rule. This V1 did plus V1 is equal to V2. You can categorize like this. Okay, so I can take it as a did plus dance. Did plus dance. Okay, so what is my axillary here? Did is my axillary. So I am bringing it in front of the subject. So did you dance well? It is my question. Did you dance well? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. So that would be my short answer. You have to answer like that. Okay. So whatever the question it may be, just to bring your axillary, whatever the sentence it may be, just to bring your axillary in front of the subject. That is your yes or no type question. Okay. How can I make the question, ma'am? How can I make the question? And people are talking like, ni vandiya, ni vanditiya, like that. If you want to ask like that, you come, you go. No, it is absolutely wrong. Do you come? That should be the question. You come. They are thinking it is an English question. It is obviously not an English question. It is definitely a Tanglish. Okay. So, whenever you want to make question, just you just remember the sentence. What sentence you want to talk. From that sentence itself, you can make your questions very easily. Okay. And let me come to the model axillary areas. And this one I have to mention it very clearly. Using model axillary, you can make request very easily. Using all the model axillary, you can make questions. You can make request except this should and must and also might. Okay. Except these three, all six you can use to make a question. And also the request. Okay. And requesting sentences. What are the model axillary should I use to make a request? Can, could, may, shall, will, would. Okay. And this special two words could and would. These two are special because these two we use it to make a polite request. Okay. In official meetings, to the official persons, we can use could you, would you. It is a polite way of making request. Okay. And can, may also, obviously it is official manner and making polite request. May I come in, ma'am? Very common request. We all know from our childhood side. May I come in, ma'am? May I take this? Okay. It is official and formal polite request. Okay. May we can use it. And could and would also we can use to make a polite request. Okay. And can, shall, will. That is the biggest confusion between this may and shall. Even I have seen in some of the videos, shall I come in, ma'am? Shall I come in? Okay, this shall, we obviously use it with the person, those who are equal to us. Okay, to my friend, to my colleague, I can use shall. But not to my higher official. Not to my higher official, especially in the meeting areas. Shall I talk now? No. May I talk now? Could I talk now? Could I take my turn? Would I take my turn? So that would be the perfect way of making request in the official timing or in the official meeting side to the official person. Okay. So that would be the perfect polite way of making request. And shall, commonly you can use it with people those who are equal to you, to your friends, colleagues, family members, relatives. To them you can use shall. And will and can, commonly you can use to make a request. It is a common words. Commonly, can I take this? Can I use your pencil box? Can I use your marker? Can I use your board for some time? Can I use your laptop for some time? It is a common one. It is not even a request actually. It is not a request only, but not in a polite way. Okay, so that's what I can say. And will you please give me? You're asking actually. Will you please? If you're adding as, obviously it comes under the requesting side. Okay. And should also we can use to make a question, but get to know the confirmation when we need some confirmation. Should I attend this meeting because I'm not sure whether I have to attend the meeting or not. So I can, excuse me sir, may I know that should I attend the meeting? Okay, that when I need some confirmation from someone, I can go ahead with should to make a question. Should I attend this party? Should I come with you? Should I come with you? Should I take your laptop? Now, unoda laptop eduthukanuma, unoda laptop use panni na seiyanuma. I don't know the confirmation. So when I need the confirmation from someone, I can use this word should. Okay, I hope that I just made it clear what is verb and what are the two categories of verb. One is main and another one is auxiliary. And for what we are using these auxiliaries? We are using these auxiliaries to make a questions and also to make a request. Commonly we use modal auxiliaries to make request. Okay, it is a brilliant area to make requesting sentences. Okay, so using this could and would, you can manage all your official meetings. Okay, could you lend me some time because I need to talk to you? It would be the polite way of asking some people's time because he might be busy. He is an authoritative person. He might be busy. Straight away, I want to talk to you for some time. We cannot say, ma'am, I want to talk to you for some time. If you want to talk to the principal, ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, I want to talk to you for some time. No, that's absolutely not a correct method. Okay, you can go and you can ask that person's permission. For an example, principal, he might be busy with some other work. Excuse me, ma'am, could you please lend me some time because I want to talk to you. If you have time, I can talk to you. So that is the perfect manner you can go and ask permission to talk to that higher official. Okay. So kindly do remember, this is the main area you can remember, and using this magical words, you can, it is a magical, why I am saying it is a magical word, you can gain some good impression on you using this words. Okay. When you are going and asking in a polite manner, definitely you will get some good impression on you. So I am saying it is a magical words. Okay. And do form, have form, be form, it is very clear. When you are talking about the present and past, when present tense and past tense, you can use do, does, and present tense, do and does. I, we, you, they do. He, she, it does. Okay. Did for all the pronoun past tense. Okay. You can make question and you can answer. And have form when it comes to the perfect tense. Okay. Present perfect and past perfect. Have and has, present perfect. Had, past perfect. To make questions with present perfect and past perfect. See, this sentence is a present perfect sentence. If I want to make a past perfect question, I had completed my dinner. I had completed my dinner. I had completed completed my dinner. This is my sentence actually. This is my sentence actually. Just I'm bringing my axillary in front of the subject. Had you completed your dinner? Had you completed your dinner? Actually, usually in short manner, had your dinner. That is a short form of had you have your dinner. Had you completed your dinner? That is the short form of that. Okay. And be form, we use it for the continuous form. Present continuous and past continuous. She is walking. It is a present continuous. She is walking. It is a present continuous. She was walking. It is a past continuous. They were running yesterday. Were they running yesterday? They were running yesterday. Were they running yesterday? So these are all the areas. This one present and past. Present perfect and past perfect. And present continuous and past continuous tense. Okay. Is it clear? I hope that I made it very clear. How do you make yes or no type questions using axillary pattern forms and modal auxiliaries, and how do you answer for it in a short manner, not just yes or no, because whenever it comes to the yes or no type question, your main answer is of course definitely it is yes or no. With that itself a person can understand. Do you go for the job? Yes. Obviously you are getting the answer, but yes I do. You have to answer like that. And this is the main reason that we are managing English only with yes or no. Okay. So kindly do understand. Hereafter when you talk in English, don't manage only with yes or no. Kindly try to answer. It is very easy. The person how he is asking the question. With that itself you can pick your answer. Do you go for a job? Yes I do. No I don't. Do you dance well? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay. Have you completed your dinner? Yes, I have. No, I haven't. That's all. You know what is the question word. With that question word itself, you can answer it in a brilliant manner. Okay. Thank you. If you have any doubt, kindly mention in the comment section. Definitely, I'll make it very clear. Thank you.